Bitcoin, we talked about how odds were slowly adjusting on Bitcoin. It is pushing up today. The question is, can it finally close above this key trend line?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, let's discuss these topics and more.
Let's go over to the chart and talk a little bit about this, because yesterday we did talk about how the more sideways chop you get, the more bullish consolidation that is, right? So yesterday was about a 60-40. Today I would say around a 50-50 that it's going to be a breakout versus a pullback. And again, if it goes on another day, it just gets more bullish over time with more and more investors piling in for the move, to the $100,000 level. So right now it's trading up beautifully on the day. Let's see what it does. But again, know that we are breaching just intraday. We're breaching that upper trend line of resistance. Let's watch to see, can the chart signal a close above here would be bullish, a confirmation would be extremely bullish, and really at that point it's a move to 100,000 you have to figure. The only thing to keep an eye on, the fear and greed index in crypto is a little bit on the higher side in the extreme greed zone. That is something that I'm very, very kind of monitoring there, because remember, when people get too bullish in the crypto markets, it can sometimes signal a top. We're not at that level just yet, but it's just something we want to watch here on the charts. All right, a couple other charts to go over here. Let's take a look at our gold chart and see what we have on gold. Gold, again, had two beautiful up days. Today, it's fractionally positive. Looks like it's a little tired here, right? You had this move from around 2,540 all the way up to current levels around 2,640. So that's a $100 move in gold. Remember the two levels I gave you? This is minor resistance right here at 26.58. The big level will be the midpoint of the channel. And by the way, I know we always talk about the highs and the lows of channels, but you have to just take note of how important the midpoint has been in this chart of gold. And we can just see right here, look at all the times it kind of came into that midpoint, which tells me here, right, if we break down and we rally back, this would be your big target zone on gold. And again, that would be around that just under 27 or maybe 2,700, which would be significant resistance. Now, there's nothing that says it can't break through, but as a technical trader, you always want to err on the side of caution and say, okay, we know it's resistance. Let's respect it. Do we want to lighten some share size a little or some ownership of gold or miners at that point? That would be something that I would consider doing.
A $100,000 BTC milestone may boost derivatives markets, driven by institutional adoption and advanced financial strategies. BTC futures could reach $62.5 billion at $100,000, 3.1% of its market cap. Spot ETF enable complex strategies like covered calls, boosting derivatives. Microsoft's BTC vote and Lummis reserve proposal could spur adoption. Fiat debasement fears and monetary policy shifts push BTC demand. As adoption grows, derivatives will mature, following price milestones. Bitcoin's rise to $100,000 symbolizes more than a psychological victory. It sets the stage for broader market integration and institutional confidence.
Let's take a look at the S&P pre-market, and what we're seeing is this gentle float, right? So if we look at where the markets closed yesterday, right over in this vicinity here, you can see that we're generally floating neutral to positive. So again, markets are just saying to themselves, hey, listen, let's see what NVIDIA has. Yesterday was a rally day in the market, so it puts people in a positive vibe. NVIDIA was up 5%, so you do have investors that are buying in or shorts that are covering NVIDIA into earnings. There's no doubt there's a positive view going into earnings. Everyone's expecting big, big numbers, and we're not just talking meeting expectations. NVIDIA must break above significantly those expectations to continue its move to the upside. But it should, right? In theory, they should knock the cover off the ball. They should give us an update on the Blackwell chips, and we should see how those go. All right, next up, let's take a look at silver. Silver remains flat on the day, not really moving much. It's had a little bit of a bounce like gold, but again, I would still favor downside. I know people don't want to hear that, but the chart, again, is still telling me it wants to at least get back below 29 here. somewhere in that vicinity. Oil has been so quiet, but maybe starting to wake up a little bit here. We can extend these trend lines out here just a little bit. I do have levels that if oil gets a big push, I would look to short. First level would be right around $75 a barrel. Second level would be around $79. You can see the two trend lines there, how we're utilizing those levels to our advantage to give us specific points of interest. We still want to keep an eye on this $65 level. As long as we stay above, I think you could float up maybe to 75 to 80 right in here. But again, if we break 65 and confirm, then at that point, a bigger breakdown has started, as clearly seen right along here, and you would expect price to go down towards that $50 level, then maybe even as low as 35. Now, the one that I'm excited about is natural gas, folks. We've been waiting patiently for our next trading opportunity in natural gas. We're getting a big push on nat gas today, up about 5%. It's getting closer to the zone. Gap fill here at 355, we'll call it, to about the 365. That is your zone for a major resistance here on natural gas. All right, so again, folks, NVIDIA earnings after the bell, Snowflake, Palo Alto as well, so those will be some key ones to keep an eye on. We also obviously want to keep an eye on economic data over the next day or so, although it's not major economic data. Next week will be more economic data, plus there's a holiday, so just keep that in mind. Volume could get very light, which again, even if we sell off on NVIDIA, it could mean a float next week before we get back to normalized trading in early December. All right, other than that, folks, the key again, let's follow the charts. Let's keep our logic and discipline in focus. That's how you achieve great returns over the long term. Listen, anyone can be emotional, jump on a trade and make 10%, 20, 30, even 100x with a small play. The question is, if you're emotional, and this is the problem, emotion breeds other decisions that are high risk, which eventually make your portfolio go bust. So it's all about consistency, singles and doubles. Home run hitters strike out. In this game, we don't want to strike out. We want to go to the Hall of Fame as a singles and doubles hitter.
Ethereum's DApp volumes jump 38% in 30 days, yet Ethereum struggles to rally. On-chain growth and staking returns could soon drive its price momentum. Ethereum saw 37.7% DApp volume growth compared to Solana's 83% rise. Ethereum generated $163.7 million in fees last month, securing network stability. Lower Ethereum inflation, 0.7%, makes its staking returns attractive for institutions. Ethereum 3.0 proposes key VMs and sharding to boost transactions but faces delays. Ethereum's leadership in TVL and fees positions it for long-term growth. A crypto mining firm faces a $14 million penalty after admitting to a $2.5 million bribery scheme to secure a Japanese casino contract, which ultimately failed. Ripple's CEO has warned against SEC chair candidates tied to past enforcement controversies, urging leadership that fosters innovation and ends punitive crypto regulation. A U.S. Space Force major aims to shape defense policy by advocating a national Bitcoin reserve and highlighting proof-of-work technology's role in strategic security. Veteran trader Peter Brandt has identified a bullish massive coil pattern for XRP, signaling a potential breakout, while legal uncertainties and regulatory shifts fuel market speculation. Crypto advocate Howard Lutnick's nomination as Commerce Secretary by Trump could revolutionize U.S. cryptocurrency policy. Compass Mining is constructing a new Bitcoin mining facility in Iowa, aiming to expand its self-owned infrastructure portfolio in the United States. Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETF, remain preferred choice of investment for institutional investors seeking exposure to Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's poll ignites excitement as 85.6% of voters predict Bitcoin smashing $100,000 by year's end, fueled by record highs and massive MicroStrategy buys. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.